How's everybody doing? We're back with another Q&A video, and I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your weekend. We've started a new month, February, a short one, so we only have a few more to bring us closer to spring, something to look forward to. Okay, let's get started with the questions. Joey Testa passed. Any specific thoughts or opinions that come to mind given his history and what ended up happening to Patty? The fact that Joey Testa died outside of the walls of a prison was for him a blessing in itself. As far as Patty, who is Joey's brother, his death naturally was extremely tragic. And yet another example of the betrayal that goes on inside the Lucchese family. During your time in the life, what did you guys do for the Super Bowl? Was there a big party, or did you guys go out to a bar and watch it? Big John sold a lot of football boxes at his cigar lounge, but I never went to watch any of the Super Bowls there. I tried my best, only to see Big John when necessary. One year, me and Patty Delarosso watched the Super Bowl in a bar in Babylon, Long Island. Any thoughts on Sally Bo D Simone? Was he ever present up at the social club in the Bronx, or was he generally one of the more elusive captains? During my time, I never did see Sally Bo at the club up in the Bronx, nor did I ever meet him before he passed away. Based on what you know, what is your opinion of Leonardo Rudo as a boss? Well, first and foremost, he comes from a long line of bosses. His grandfather and father led the Rizzuto crime family before him. So he didn't possess the extensive street resume or reputation that his grandfather or father carried. As far as I could see, he was pretty much low-key and avoided attention. Essentially, he inherited the throne. I believe sometime this year, we should be hearing about his trial in the Project Alliance case, where he's facing multiple murder and attempted murder charges dating back to 2011, as well as firearm and drug charges. So at the moment, he has his hands full, to say the least. But the question really is, will he ever get the opportunity to step into that boss position again? Have you ever done any research or heard about the Youngstown, Ohio Mafia war between the Pittsburgh and Cleveland families? I haven't done any research regarding those areas. It's been alleged that Jimmy Rotundo was killed by the Gemini twins on Anthony Casso's orders. If true, what do you think his possible motive was for the hit? These allegations that Testa and Senna were involved came from a DeCavalcante associate named Victor Teixeira, who testified in a 2003 racketeering trial as a government witness, where he claimed that Testa and Senna told him they were involved in the hit. Either of them were ever charged with that murder. But if Gas did indeed order them to do it, it's unknown as to why he wanted it carried out. Teixeira happened to be the driver when Anthony Capo shot and killed acting boss John D'Amato in 1992. Did the Lucchese family have any card games on the scale of the ones in last year's federal indictment? If they did, I was unaware of them. It's possible, but I wasn't involved in that type of gambling racket. In the 1996 movie Gotti with Armand Desante, Tony Sirico played a character named Joe D'Amelia, which is said to have been based on Lenny DiMaria. Why wasn't DiMaria's name included like everyone else? I really don't have the answer as to why. If the character was based on him, they decided to use a fictitious name. And that's the filmmaker's decision. So for some reason, they chose not to use it. But I highly doubt that they were worried about Lenny suing them. When John Gotti was on the street, his administration, whether acting or official, had guys from all boroughs involved. Is that smart, or should a boss pick from the faction or crew he's from? He obviously picked people he trusted, or at least he thought he could trust, no matter what area they came from. Had he picked guys from East New York, Brooklyn, or Ozone Park, I believe he would have been better off. Picking an underboss from Brooklyn or Staten Island actually was his undoing. In similar fashion, I grew up in Ozone Park and Howard Beach, both located in Queens, predominantly Gambino neighborhoods. I ended up with the Lucchese family with the Brooklyn-based crew. So I'm a living testament that it's better to stay with your own people, the people you know and who know you. Think of it this way. If you walk into a room filled with people, you would naturally go over to the people you know. What you wouldn't do is walk over and stand with strangers. I knew Joey DiBenedetto, but everyone else in the crew, with the exception of Anthony Guzzo, was a stranger to me. When it comes to people you know, there's a history. They're in your orbit, mutual friends, etc. And loyalty comes from relationships. With strangers, there's no bond. Therefore, loyalty doesn't exist. Put Nicky Caruso or Lenny DiMaria in an underboss position, guys who had relationships with John Gotti. Do you think that they would ever turn on him? If you haven't liked this video yet, please take the time now and give it a like, as it helps with YouTube's algorithm. Anyone who'd like to show their appreciation for videos like this, or more importantly, help me to continue making them, you can donate with the Super Thanks icon down below, or through the PayPal Cash App links in the video's description. Let me quickly mention my blog, also called Sitdownnews, especially for those of you who still enjoy reading. The site can be found at sitdownnews.com and is a paid subscription. For the final question, when you're in that life, are you supposed to report any contact you have with law enforcement to your captain? That way people don't get suspicious if someone happens to see you talking to the cops after getting pulled over. Well, first off, it's not for worry about being seen speaking to a cop or an agent that would prompt you to say something. It's what you're supposed to do. Getting pulled over for speeding or something of that nature, you don't really have to mention that if you don't want to. But if agents or detectives approach you, that definitely would be something that you mention to your captain. If you're a member of that life, law enforcement is arguably your enemy. They're the opposition. One time I mentioned to Ernie Grillo about someone I suspected to be an agent that was sitting on me in the parking lot of a construction job site. About a week later, Ernie got in touch with me and I met with him, and while taking a walk, he wanted to know what that guy looked like and if he was bald. He said that he too seen an agent sitting on him. Information shared like that is vital. It's possible that the agents were starting an investigation, but knowing that, or at least suspecting it, gave us a heads up. In Ernie's situation, he shut everything down that he was doing, got rid of phones, and began using multiple burners, etc. The FBI's been trying to get Ernie for years, so obviously he's very careful. But the answer is, anytime someone in that life encounters law enforcement, they should and are expected to go and tell someone. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and also, I sincerely thank all of you who've donated to this channel. Thank you.